welcome to yet another bright, rainy, sunshiny Tuesday with Tinoda, where we talk about all things to do with personal branding. Now, last week we were talking about how to monetize your brand, the steps that you need to take, some examples of people that have made it, who have managed to turn their personal brands into value and get money out of it. So it was so exciting to get all the feedback from everyone who's really excited to take on the challenge and monetize their brand. Now, I know we spoke about this on the very first episode when we were talking about the steps to create your brand, and today we are interacting with nature. We are outside, the sun is shining upon us, the green and everything is just speaking to something that we want to relate to today. So today we're going to be talking about brand authenticity, the real deal. Okay, what we mean by brand authenticity. Now, sometimes your authenticity can work against you. So what if you're rude, or what if you're untidy? Does it mean that you have to pretend to be someone you're not? Or does it mean that people just have to take it as it is? You just have to dish it out as it is, and as long as you remain authentic. There's a very thin line between being authentic and not making effort to make sure that your user experience is enhanced. Remember, when we talk about personal branding, we said it's how others' experience of you relates to what you do or what your brand is. So brand authenticity is you walking the walk. That's just what it is, and not just talking and not doing exactly what you mean. It's the real deal. It's the real you. Today we're going to talk about the core elements of brand authenticity, and also how to be authentic when it comes to your brand, the do's and the don'ts. There's a difference between being authentic and being careless in the name of authenticity. That's what I had just said. So brand authenticity walks the walks. It is doing exactly what it says it does. That is living by its values and its norms. Building a personal brand reputation only happens if you communicate consistently your desired message. So there are three core elements. The first one, which is continuity. Your personal brand being true to itself, but over time. That means delivering on a promise that you would have given to someone, or your audience, or your peers, or your associates. If you say you're going to do something by 11 o'clock, it has to be done by 11 o'clock. So you can only build an authentic brand by being true to yourself over time. I'll give you an example. Disney. We know Disney as a brand that talks about magic, making you feel good, happy place. And it has since moved from just providing that experience to children to even adults. That's why even as an older person, you still want to go to Disney World when you visit the United States. It's because of being able to be true to itself and what it stands for over time. Now, the second core element is credibility. Through continuity, a business becomes credible that its existence is not just a fallacy. People trust that this business is now able to deliver that which they promised. So as you continuously or consistently do that which you promised, or if your brand consistently provides the same service that it promised to its customers, then you're able to build on your credibility. Lastly, it's integrity. Integrity is more than just being honest. It's what's right, what's wrong, full stop. There is no in between. Now, if you're an honest person, you know that this, what I'm doing, is not right. If you're going to lie to a customer, if you're going to lie to your audience about who you are, eventually they're going to figure it out, and that taints your integrity. So it is very important to ensure that all these steps contribute to the next step and they build up on each other. It's always about doing what's right and less of what is wrong. There is no in between there. The advantages of doing this is that it builds into your emotional connections with your audience. I know we spoke about this before, but this then helps your brand authenticity. If you're going to be pushing your personal brand, You're literally selling yourself. Whatever we do in life, it's in sales. And for you to increase those sales, you have to be authentic. You can only do that if people perceive your brand as authentic. And lastly, it promotes trust. That is a brand your loyalty. So brand loyalty has an inelastic relationship with your price. If you're going to increase your price, remember we spoke about monetization. I can only buy an expensive phone or pay someone to come and deliver training for $1,000 because I trust that they're going to deliver. So that brand loyalty also has a positive correlation with your brand monetization. So how do you ensure that your brand is as authentic as possible? Firstly, get real. Sometimes we want to use a facade and we have this thirst of a fake life that we fail to be real. I know last week was Valentine's and there were all these stories about, people buying themselves flowers, sending themselves flowers to work so that they, can be say, oh, lucky you, you're so in love. People do that even when it comes to personal branding. You want to give the perception that you have made it in life to the point that people think that whatever you say is true when you don't even walk the walk. If you're talking about, okay, this is what you need to do to get good grades in school, but you don't even get good grades yourself, it doesn't make any sense. So just be real, be content with who you are and where you are. Remember, building a personal brand takes time, so be patient. Number two, tell the story. How did you get there? I always like this example of I started with a restaurant with one grain of rice. I mean, that's an exaggeration, but if you have your own story to tell of how you got to where you are, then tell it. This then makes your audience or your target people or your target customers feel included. There's a sense of inclusion when you tell your personal story. Three, I always say this: be consistent. Trust is only built on a certain, number of times or years over a certain period. Be consistent, don't drop the ball. Number four, back up your claims. If you say something today, you need to make sure that you're able to stand by it tomorrow. So whatever you do, you have to be careful. Whatever you say, especially with social media, you really have to be careful that you're able to back up your claims 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Number five, and lastly, own up when things go wrong. Humanize your brand. So it's so normal for something to go not according to plan, and it can cause delays or inefficiencies. But the problem comes when you are failing to tell your client or your target audience the truth and you decide to use a lie to make it more believable. If that person finds out that you're lying, it really ruins all the credibility. You can build your brand in 5 years and it only takes a minute or a click or a type, typing some sort of a comment on social media to ruin your personal brand. So own up when things go wrong. Now that's it from us this Tuesday. I hope you're going to work on being authentic with your brand, making sure that your brand shows the real you, what you stand for, your values, and your norms. Remember, an authentic brand builds customer loyalty and it can give you, the money at the end of it all, if you are after that, of course. So there you have it, everyone. That brings our brand authenticity episode to an end. Thank you so much for tuning in, for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, share your thoughts on brand authenticity, and please contribute as much as possible on all our social media platforms. Remember, Branding Tuesdays is available on LinkedIn, on Facebook, as well as on YouTube. We're going to be having a personal branding networking session where we're going to dive deep into the practicals of personal branding. So please be on the watch out. If you want to attend, make sure you register on time. Otherwise, from me to you is happy Tuesday. See you next week.